So you're wanting to launch a new program, or you want to hear how happy your clients are, how your team is doing with your jobs, whatever the use case scenario is, you are ready to do some market research. And you are wondering, how am I gonna do this, Evie? How can I make market research easy, get good answers, and not be in people's face? Let's talk market research. And yes, we are going to talk market research and how you can do that within ClickUp. But first, I want to dive into how to do market research right. Because you can do market research really wrong. And I'm not talking about being in people's face and give me your answer. You know, when they come up on the street to you and you're like, give me the answer. Or the census knocking on your door every day for 2 weeks straight. That's a whole nother thing for a whole nother video on how to actually be nice and funny about your marketing. Today, I want to talk about best practices when it comes to conducting market research first. And then we'll dive into how to practically apply that within ClickUp and technically make it happen. So first off, when it comes to best practices for market research, you want to make it easy. You want to make it really easy to just give a 1 through 5. How do you feel about this? 1 through 5. You see it on feedback forms and everywhere else. How do you feel about your internal processes and operation? 1 through 5. Choose a thumbnail. Where are you at? Then you want to dive deeper into the subject. So on the example, how do you feel about your internal processes and operations? 1 through 5, okay. 3, cool. What are you struggling with when it comes to internal processes and operations? That's an open-ended question. When you are doing market research, you do not want to spoon-feed people already information. Chances are you are conducting market research because you want to open up a new group program. You are trying to figure out what exactly you need to cover in the next course. You are trying to put a product together or an offer together that answers your target customers' issues and problems and solves the need they have. So do not imply your perceived need into them. Make sure you are asking open-ended, broad questions. Let's look at my ClickUp and I'll show you how to practical implement all of that. So in my case, I have conducted market research specifically for a group program for ClickUp consultants. The goal here is to help ClickUp consultants really package their offers, be safe and secure and proud of the help they are providing to their clients, know how to market themselves, as well as easily and effortlessly work together with their team to reach that common goal. So we know what this package and this offer is going to be. The people that are invited to this market research are perceived target customers. People that are already working with ClickUp, people that are wanting to work with ClickUp, people that are wanting to offer ClickUp services. So now that you know this behind the scenes story, let's look at the form that I built based on this. And remember 2 things to this. We wanted to have an easy way to rate things in here, but then also have open-ended questions to tickle out of my target market what their perceived issues are and how I can deliver on that need and give them the answers they need. So when you look into this form, again, we've seen this before. We have a regular title right in here. We have a short little description in here. Full name, which is your task name. We just changed the title of that field to full name. What services do you offer? So that I know where in the process of building their businesses they are, because there is usually a standard progression in the services you offer. What type of consulting do you offer? And here we come to our best practices when it comes to conducting market research. How do you feel about internal processes and operation? That is one topic we are going to talk about in this group program. And now you easily can say, yeah, I'm okay with that. Cool. What are you struggling with most when it comes to internal processes and operations? Now, if you have somebody that has their internal operations and processes down, they're going to be like, I don't have an issue. They literally going to tell you. Then keep moving on. How do you feel about external processes and operation? As you're seeing, I am going through the general topics that are going to be covered in that group program, and I am tickling out of them what they are struggling with. I have the framework ready, but to really provide the value and the help they need, I need to be able to address their problems and make sure that what I think is the issue really is the issue. Maybe I'm wrong. They might be struggling with something different than I have struggled with in this process of building a ClickUp consultant business. Cool? Okay. And that's how we go forward. How do you feel about external operations and processes? External struggles, which we need to clean up that question. As you can see, nobody is perfect, and I told you in my last video, you don't have to be perfect. Progress over perfection. We all make mistakes, and none of us knows everything that is possible within ClickUp. But let's move on. We're going into team struggles, client struggles. What are you struggling about when it comes to services and pricing? That usually is a big one. Marketing struggles. Don't forget, here comes your selling piece. So we got the best practices down for conducting marketing research. We have the setup down right here in ClickUp on how to conducting your market research. Don't forget, if you would like to stay updated the moment we are offering specific resources for the problems you are having, plug in your email. You want to be able to get a hold of them. And why should they give you an email? Hey, you want to be on my email list? Hell no, I'm on enough email lists. I don't want that. But you have a solution for my problem? Heck yeah, I'm in. Where do I sign up? You want to make sure you have that in your market research. Do not make it required. If people don't want to stay updated with it, don't stay updated. Still get the answers. Cool. Always have a field, anything else I should know. Sometimes people just want to leave a message. Sometimes you really forgot something and they are like, this actually is my biggest issue. So give them room for that. And what happens then is ClickUp will take all of these form submissions and put them in a nice list for you. Now you easily can see, thanks to a sum field, and we're just taking the average of that 1 through 5. How do you feel about this? We're taking the average of that to be able to tell in that big picture of all of the people that submitted information, what is the biggest struggle? Is it team management? Is it marketing? Is it pricing and structuring your offers? Now you on average know where the biggest issues are and where the biggest need is, so you can focus on that. And once you got that overview down, you can drill into those specific answers and really read through of what they are struggling with. Now, here's a pro tip for you. Just because this form submission has become a task doesn't mean you're gonna know you have a new task in here and things are happening and you need to do something about it. I follow this up with a thanks for your submission. We got everything. We will follow up with you as soon as we have resources that help you with the issues you are having. But I'm also sending myself an email that says, hey, you got a new submission, go check it out. And if you want to know how to build this automation, I have a video for you on the example of speaker submissions, how to set up automations based on form submissions right there. So go check it out. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? I want to see you in the next video.